Aha, here I come now, baby. Good to be here live. Glad that you're joining us this evening. Let's go straight back to your calls. Zandor in Illinois. Zandor, you're on the air.
Hello, Alex. How are you?
Good.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for posting my article today. I wrote an article entitled Gun Propaganda and the Healthcare Reform Illusion. You posted it today on your site.
Yes, I'm the one that, I'm the person that posted it a few hours ago. I thought it was a good article.
Thank you. The two previous articles that I wrote about that were also about the healthcare reform issue, and they were reflecting my opinion that the legislators in Washington, D.C. need to read their bills before they even vote on them.
Well, that's the thing. The health care bill does have that the feds access your bank accounts whenever they want. It does have they surveil you. It's the same stuff in Europe. It's a carbon copy of what they have in the continent in Europe, even worse than England, almost what they have in Finland. It's got all this anti-gun where the pediatricians and the doctors won't treat you if you own guns in the house, where they ask, do you own the gun? You know, when we talk about death boards, they have the bioethics boards, and we know what those hospice panels have done. We know that they withhold care. We know that Obama has openly said, we're going to decide what care you get and what you don't. And then everybody said no to their plan. So then they tried to lie, and they say, oh, no, our plan doesn't say that. That made him lose all his credibility. You know, it's bad enough if he comes out and says, yeah, that's my plan. What's wrong with it? But to lie about it and to say that that stuff isn't in the bill. I mean, I was watching CNN last night. They just keep digging a hole deeper and deeper for themselves. It's not just Obama crashing and burning right now. It's all the media that hooks their wagon up to him. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. All that is in the bill. I agree. And then you'll get your congressman or your senator, and you will bring something like that up to him, and he'll go, well, no, that's not in the bill, or no, I didn't read the bill, or it was, it wasn't there.
Yeah, well, let me tell folks, I've not read the 6,000 pages of 3 versions, but I've gone through synopses written by different groups, and I've clicked on the links to go check the bill in the subsection they say, and I've spot checked it, and I've probably spent 10 hours the last 2 months, probably more on it. And it's worse than people say. And you know why? Because it gives unlimited power to the feds to do whatever they want, and it federalizes health care. It gets federal control over it. And you talk about camel's nose under the tent flap. Go ahead.
Yeah, and see, it takes people like you and your normal guy going up to these town hall meetings. They have read the bills. Their own legislators have not read these bills, or at least claim that they haven't read the bills, or lie about it.
Or a lot of them will say, yeah, I know it says your son that's got muscular dystrophy wouldn't be covered, but we're going to take that out. See,
right,
some congressman like Dingell was actually honest. But then that same day, the same question got brought up to another congressman. He said, that's not in there. It's in there, you lying. Ugh. I'm not going to say it.
I agree with that. I understand that. I pointed those out in articles. I try to be very nice when I write my articles.
Well, tell folks briefly, and then I'm going to move to other callers. Your article's up on screen right now at prisonplanet.tv. Folks on the radio, it's titled Gun Propaganda and the Healthcare Reform Illusion. Tell folks briefly the sections or the areas that get into guns.
About the 3rd or 4th paragraph down, I talk about William, who I met at the Liberty Forum in March, and I explained that one of the things he said on the interview with Chris Matthews was that his gun is for defense. Well, that's what your gun is for. It's not there showing force to these people. It's not there saying, hey, we're going to come get you. It's there saying, look, if you come after us, we're going to defend ourselves.
Absolutely. I appreciate your call. Yeah, there's all this ninnying and hyperventilating and freaking out over citizens showing up in New Hampshire and Arizona. We've had both men on. Both are listeners, of course. It's so great. Just no matter what the big news is, it's our listeners. That's because we have active, incredible, involved, informed. And they're there to break the paradigm and say, my guns aren't dirty, my guns aren't bad. So that I won't have a carpet cleaner at my house again try to call the cops on me when he sees a shotgun in a gun rack 8 years ago in Austin. That happened to me. The guy watches TV, where every TV show is based in New York City, where the cops catch you with a gun, you go to jail. These idiots on fluoride and all these drugs, they believe it's illegal. Well, we got to wear our guns openly so they understand they're not. There's only a few cities, Chicago, New York, maybe 4 or 5 others, half a dozen others, where you can't carry a firearm openly, and those city rules are being overthrown as unconstitutional. And you know why the cops supported the people in New Hampshire and in Phoenix? There are more than 15 people out there with guns, all counted now, outside an Obama event, because the cops aren't stupid. They know the real gun they got to worry about is the concealed gun. They know there's people with guns all over the place with concealed carry or carrying concealed illegally. It's illegal to carry a gun concealed under common law. That's why you need a permit to carry a gun concealed, not one to carry it open. So the government makes it the illusion that you can't own a gun or carry one by saying we'll give you a permit to have it concealed. That then sets the precedent to only have them concealed. But the issue here is we're sick of it. Every couple days I hear about some old man, it's usually an old man, cleaning his gun in his garage. It could be in Texas. It could be in Vermont. Shameful that these supposed liberty states it happens to. I see it in Virginia, and I see it, in Illinois, and I see stories in Massachusetts where it happens. And it'll be, man arrested for arsenal. Neighbor saw garage with 5 guns, 1,000 rounds of ammo. Called police. Man in psychiatric custody. Because, see, they can't hold him for the guns that weren't illegal. They can hold him and say, we're taking him and saying you may be mentally ill. Because some chicken-necked, domesticated, cowardly, moron neighbor, little snitch. I've got all these newscasts pouring in from across the country right now. And YouTube videos our listeners are shooting as they peacefully put up Obama Joker Infowars.com posters. Citizens run up, rip them down, say, I'm reporting you to police. Go get the police and bring the police. And the police go, well, everybody else hangs up posters. Then the mayor gets involved and orders the police to come after him. The police don't want to do this. You think the police want to go raid some old man for his legal guns? But they get fired if they don't by the dirtbag New World Order CIA police chiefs. And by the way, CIA's had most major city police chiefs under their control since the early 1960s, and that's come out in major congressional reports. In the 1970s, the Church Committee documented that. But that's coming up later, ladies and gentlemen. They are calling for me to be arrested. They're international Spanish TV's calling for my arrest. The Hayes County newspaper says freedom of hate speech and says I'm basically a criminal. I mean, this is just insane. But meanwhile, the Washington Post comes out and the Sydney Morning Herald and defend us and say this is our First Amendment and say it's wrong that Flickr and Facebook are banning these any images criticizing Obama, not just the Joker. And you know why the establishment CIA run Washington Post is coming out defending us? Because they know this blew up in their face. They know that it made everybody go crazy, go print the posters off Infowars.com and put them up 100 times what they were going to do. The establishment is going, what is your problem, local branches? You shouldn't have censored this and given it attention. And they're like, but we hate America. We hate freedom of speech. We can't wait to be turned loose on the people. You can't let them know we're tyrants so quickly. You can't come out and do that. That only proves their point. Stand down. If you the more you suppress them, this poster stuff could totally cause what Alex Jones is calling the poster revolution. Stand down. Stop censoring the poster. That's why all these major outlets, the big top government-run ones, Washington Post admitted OSS since before the CIA. That's on record. Just Google Washington Post CIA Operation Mockingbird. They've got top editors. They've got stuff they're putting out directly as the mouthpiece of the Washington Post saying, do not take the posters down off the walls. Do not take them off the web. And you know why? Because they realize, ladies and gentlemen, that they are doing exactly what I planned for them to do all along. walking right into the First Amendment trap to make tyrants act like tyrants. And you just can't help it because it's your nature. I wish you would have left them up, because then I would have been proven wrong to myself. I wish this wasn't happening. I live in this country. I love freedom. I love the First Amendment. Even if somebody's attacking me, I defend their right. We're going to come right back with a full live hour coming up with tons of your phone calls, tons of other news issues. Infowars.com. Front lines in the info.